to Africa Esports Championship. Kenyan Nationals, this is Africa's premier esports league. My name is Morage Wanjohi.
And I am Sharon Lisa, and we will be having a round robin of 8 gamers playing 7 games each.
We have Bari with a 9 versus Zack.
And Zack is actually the youngest player in the league. He actually started playing FIFA for the first time last year.
Bari, on the other hand, is the newbie for Masters of Mayhem, so I hope he does his team proud.
And we are the kickoff.
So that's a quick attack down the middle, and he left somebody for dead there in the midfield. And
quick passes, of course.
Yeah, Bari Maina is actually possessing a lot of gameplay, and he's in the box already. Almost got a chance, and it
loses.
Penalty or not? Oh my God! It's a free kick for Bari Maina there. Let's see how he takes it just outside the box. Tempo has already been set there, and we have a corner. Now, okay. So Bari Maina still within possession in and around the box, and quick interchange of play there.
Of course, Zack with the passing, but unfortunately does not want to pass the ball to Bari. Back with the ball, quick passes. Is he actually going to get the ball forward enough to actually get him a goal early before the 8th minute? Let's wait and see. A bit of skill moves here and there. Of course, more passing, creating chances.
Yeah, so we have basically seen in the first 8 minutes of the game, Bari Maina is on lock, and he's basically pinned Zack behind. Now, Zack at least has been able to get possession, and he's trying to play it from the back. Quick interchange there in the middle, and now he's trying to get into his strikers.
Remember, again, if you have actually watched Zack playing before, previously to the league, he had mentioned that his defense is not quite as fast. And now we have Bari with the ball. Is he actually going to score? Oh my God, he loses the ball to Zack.
That was poor decision making there, and he's conceded a corner. Now, a quick start there from Bari Maina. He flicks it, and it's a goal over the bar.
And we have Bari with the ball. Is he actually going to get the ball forward enough this time? Trying to create chances, a bit of trying to find skill moves, but unfortunately it's out.
He's done too much there, and I think it's too early for that.
Yes.
At least get the results on lock before you begin showboating. Bari.
Back to Bari, of course, as you have been watching, Bari has more possession compared to Zack, who is actually the youngest player in the league. From Masters of Mayhem, more passes, trying to create chances, of course. And is he actually okay? Zack with a better defense this time, trying to create chances as well.
So we haven't yet seen an attack from Zack there, but we are about to see an attack. He's one-on-one.
Is he actually?
Oh my God! I think it's a penalty. Could be a penalty. Red card. This is the first red card we are seeing today. Let's see how he matches up against 10 men, 21 minutes, and we're standing back.
Is he actually going to get a goal?
Sergio Ramos, one of the defenders who actually is tasked with goalkeeper.
And it's a goal.
You need to defend well. So we kick off again. Bari there with the quick kickoff. And for all the possession and all the attacking intent he had in the first 10 minutes, he's leading. He's behind,
of course,
with a man down.
Again, if you remember when we introduced the players, Zack did mention that he is quite good in attacking, and yes, he has proved that during the last few minutes.
Okay. So Zack has taken possession there, and quick defense. Okay, it was
loses the ball back to Bari, back to PSG. Will we be able to lose the ball again back to Zack?
So it's a quick attack on the flanks. That's a quick skill move there by Marcelo. We are seeing Zack at least now taking control of the game with a man advantage there, and let's see how it goes. So here's that was quick thinking there, and it was a shot from the outside the box, and the keeper handled that easy. But he has another chance, and we've seen some good quick moves there.
Will he be able to actually? Ladies and gentlemen, remember this is someone who has been playing for only 1 year. We are here seeing more skill moves than we have seen so far.
The question for you is, when did you start and where are you right now? So Bari needs to step up his game. He hasn't had any chance since he conceded, but he's almost getting another chance there, and it's outside.
And if you remember, Bari did mention actually that one of his styles of play is actually, well, under high pressure. And we have a goal from PSG.
Post and quick corner. So we start off again. Zack just taking it off with a quick skill move down there. I think he's trying to gain some fans with his showboating. Let's see whether it actually translates to results in here.
Of course, quick passes, but loses the ball back to Bari. Bari tries to take the ball back forward.
So we're seeing majority of the game basically. We've seen majority of the game basically been playing in the midfield, but as soon as one gets an opportunity and they're already in the box, just like that, and we're about to see a shot. That's quick block. That's another block from Zack. Good defensive work from the man. So that's another part of his showboating. I think that is part of his skill set, and I don't know how many goals that will earn him, but he's about to get another shot.
Of course. Back to Bari. We are hoping for another goal this time, proving again that his attack is a bit better, of course, than Zack.
Yeah, we're seeing Zack attempting to play through the channels. I think the midfield has actually basically been packed, so he's trying to change his game up, and we are into halftime.
Remember again, this is Africa's Esports Championship.
So second half kicks off. Again, we're 1-1. Just to remind you, and Zack starts there with a quick attack from the midfield. He is playing with Real Madrid, as you know, and that's a quick attack. It's a goal! We're 2-1 up. Real Madrid. Zack has taken advantage of his man advantage, and he's 2-1 up.
And this is an early goal in the second half.
So today, basically, from even the first two games, we've seen that today we have seen goals. The only difference is where will it fall, as in how many will you concede? The only game where we have seen that maybe it was in the first game where we saw that one of the opponents did not score nothing and he actually shipped in 8. I don't know whether we'll see that kind of game today, but so far so good. We're seeing some attacking intent, and it's out for a goal kick.
And we have it back in midfield.
So, as you remember, Zack, like he mentioned, his style basically is based on attacking, and that is based on, I think he's an Arsenal fan just like me. So I think that's basically where it's actually coming from, and you can basically see from his style of play, he has a lot of attacking intent, but then again, one of his weaknesses is the defensive side of his play.
However, we have noticed that he's actually tried to up his game with defense. Yeah. We are hoping that Bari will be able to work on his attack this time.
Yeah, so for Zack, this is his second major tournament. The last one he had, he basically was a runners-up. He's from Tuke University. This is a BCom, just like me, just like us. And you see, I don't want to call him beauty, but it's beauty and brains that you can basically see here, because he's ahead, as you can see.
Bari with possession of the ball. Is he actually going to get another goal in? But he loses it back to Zack.
Very lucky not to get a foul there, and it's a quick counter attack now from the side. He's almost made a mistake, and he's just cleared his lines and almost passed it through the right wing.
Of course, and as we may have been watching, we're noticing Zack having most possession with the second half. Of course, we're hoping for a third goal. Will he be able to deliver? But he loses the ball back to Bari, who is playing with PSG.
Now we are seeing some skill move there, just failed. Bari, as most of you may know, this is his first tournament. This is the first time he's ever been involved in this, and he's the newbie, he's the new kid in the block for Masters of Mayhem. Zack, on the other hand, his dream team is Inferno Mystics. Have you heard of Inferno Mystics before?
Not yet, but that is how we do it at the Africa's Esports Championship. It's all about discovering new players and always looking for creativity.
As you may know, remember, this is the Africa Esports Championship. This is the Kenya National League. This is Africa's premier esports league. If I if I may repeat, this is Africa's premier being the keyword, esports league.
Zack back with the ball.
So we're basically seeing, again, still most of the play being played in the midfield, and we're not seeing as much attacking intent as we've seen in the first half. I think they're trying to play more of...
And of course, more.
We're about to see something there, but it has been shut out quickly.
Back to Zack.
So, like I was saying, we are seeing them playing more of a secure game. I think no one wants to be... no one wants to lose this game at this point in time.
Of course, as you may have noticed, I think Bari is trying to play more of a defensive game right now, just making sure that he does not concede another goal, of course, to one of our youngest players in the league. Youngest players, actually.
So from what you're seeing, basically, Zack has, I think he's suspended the skill moves and everything. He's more intent on getting the results because he smells blood. At 10 man down with about 70 minutes to go, we expect him to win, and the pressure is all on him.
And as you may have noticed, we can actually see the pressure. We have only about 8 minutes left until the game ends. Will we be able to actually get another goal for Mr. Bari and have this be a draw, which will actually lead us?
So it's 2-1 to Zack FC at 84 minutes of the first leg of the Africa Esports Championship, and we're about to see a chance there, but the possession has quickly been taken by Bari, and he's... Oh my God.
Bari back with the ball. Will he be able to get it back forward? Oh my gosh. Zack back with the ball. Zack actually proving that his defense is actually quite as good. Will he be able to deliver? No, has been playing FIFA for 1 year, who is actually competing with someone who has actually been playing FIFA since he could remember. So again, the results here are quite unpredictable.
Bari has proved to be Maina in the first leg, but let's see how he does in the second leg with 11v11.
Zack back with position. Remember, we are actually hoping that we can have one of them being in the top 3 in the finals.
Yeah, so as you know, the top 3 contenders, or the top 3 gamers, are the ones who will qualify to the next stage. And what basically we've seen, we have not seen any kind of draws in the first 2 games, and right now it's all about the results. It's all about the results. And showboating, I think, was for the previous 2 games where they had more. Basically, the game was shut out in the first few minutes. But in this, it's quite tight, and we can see that a quick counter attack there from Bari. He almost gets a goal. I think they've been in this kind of situation before, where 1-0 does not phase them, and they know they're so confident in their styles, they're so confident in their skills, that 1-0 does not phase them, and they expect to still be within the game, even though it's 2-2 on possession. And again, we have Bari, we have Zack there, sorry, and we have it out for a corner. Keeper was able to handle it well, and we are out for a corner. Let's see what we have in store.
Will Mr. Zack be able to deliver and take a win in the second leg as well?
Oh!
Next to the bar, ladies and gentlemen.
So it hit the post there. It's almost just 1-1, but I believe in Zack. I think he still has more to show for it. So again, we have a quick counter attack there by Bari. He misplaced that pass, and the possession has just been taken. We are seeing Zack with some quick skill moves out in the middle, and again, their downfall basically today has been missed passes, because you see so much possession being lost in midfield.
Could this actually be an early win for PSG? Remember, we had mentioned that one of Bari's style of play is actually playing under high pressure. So yes, maybe he actually does have Zack where he wants him to be. We are hoping for another goal. Remember, as you have mentioned, that Bari knows what to do with the ball when he has it. It's not about possession. Zack showing us that he actually has more possession, especially in the midfield. Quick passes, of course, that we're seeing here.
Yeah, so again, Bari, this is a quick attack, but I think he needs to get into the box more. He needs to get a better shot on the keeper, because trust me, if that is what shooting is, then Park and Biggie would still be alive.
Of course, we have noticed that shoot was quite early. Maybe a few more passes here and there creating chances, and maybe Zack would have been able to get one in, bringing it to a 2-1. Unfortunately, we're still at 2-0. Possession back to Zack.
So we're seeing another quick counter-attack there from Zack, and he loses possession, just like we were saying, in the midfield. He needs to work on that part of his game, because maybe he needs to play more down the channels than through the middle, because it seems a bit packed. And we can see Bari playing some good defensive game, especially in the midfield and the final third.
And again, we've noticed Zack still with possession, but maybe this is actually being nervous, because yes, he does have possession, but will he be able to deliver this time?
We almost saw a chance there, and it was quickly. Again, like I mentioned, Bari's defensive work is very good, and especially the kind of team that he's taken. We'd expected a bit more from Zack right now, because he's still 2-0 down, 30 minutes on the clock. He needs to get at least one goal before the next goal, before halftime actually, and for him to still be within the game.
But as you may have noticed, he did take the lead in the first leg. Will he be able to get himself one goal, bringing it to a 2-1? Unfortunately, Bari back with possession, getting it back to the midfield.
Like I mentioned again, there's a lot of losing of possession in midfield, and we are not seeing as many opportunities as we had seen in the first leg. But that's a quick skill move. He lost the ball just when he was about to pull the trigger there.
Such a chance, but did not quite know what to do with it. Bari back with possession.
We can see Bari getting a bit frustrated, but Bari, you're 2-0 up, man. As in, chin up, bro. Zack, on the other hand, I think we've not seen a lot of clear-cut chances from him, but apart from the one that he hit the post.
Of course.
Oh my God!
Will he be able to get the third goal in? Remember, this is the second leg.
Still another chance, and the keeper was equal to the task there, and he was able to
beautiful save,
clear the ball to his teammate.
Zack closes.
If I may say, I think the keepers in this particular game are man of the matches, because we are seeing them coming on top, especially oh my God! I almost ate my words. So we are 44 minutes on the clock. It's 2-0 to PSG. That's Bari's team, and 3-2 on aggregate. He basically seems as though they're sharing the spoils, and it'll be 3 points as we speak. Remember, you have been watching the Africa's Esports Championship. No changes.
No changes, and we proceed.
So it seems that they are comfortable with what they've been seeing from the first half, and let's get it.
Blacks, tell me, what does this game remind you of? Two teams in the EPL.
No.
Talking about the defense.
In the EPL. Do you want to hit on me with the Arsenal thing again? Because
we're actually seeing worse defenses than the Man U and the Arsenal defense. This is actually showing us.
Actually, yeah. Oh! This is Africa's Premier Esports League.
Remember, we are back again in the second half of the second leg. Zack back with possession, hoping that we can at least get one goal from him in the second leg.
Yeah, so at 3-0 down, Real Madrid have all to do, and at this point in time, you could even see that he actually took his game mentality to an ultra-attack mode, because he needs the goals, but he's as well getting attacked especially from the wings. And
good defense there from Zack.
Precisely, some good defensive work.
Then again, a pass to a player who was not non-existent.
We've basically seen what we've been seeing in the first half of the game. Oh, that's some good chance there. Oh, he tried to chip it over the keeper, but he chipped it over the bar.
That was too high.
Yeah, it was too high. Yeah, so he plays it quick to Marcelo. I think Zack has seen he probably should play through the channels, because in midfield he's losing the ball too much, just like we've seen again. And what I can credit Bari with is the quick transition from defense to attack. He's done that so well so far, and even from the 3 goals you've seen from him, is
Zack has actually played quite well winning the first leg, so we have to give him credit.
So like we mentioned, Zack has been a pro gamer since 2018. Credit to him, this is just 1 year, and this takes a lot of time. From the other gamers, they have 10 plus years experience, but Zack with his 1 year has been able to, oh my, I think he looked at the keeper straight into the eye, and he was able just to pick his spot and slide it through for the 4th goal.
At this point, I think he's quite confident. You can actually notice even by his sitting posture. Bari back.
Yeah, too many tricks, no results. That's he's shooting blanks at the moment. He has everything he's showing for, but there's nothing he has to show for in terms of the results. Maybe that could be his downfall.
But remember, we still have about 17 minutes into the game. Of course, we might not actually get an equalizer, but we are hoping at least for 1 goal from Zack. Bari back with possession. We're actually seeing more possession from Bari in the second leg.
So just a quick reminder, we are 75 minutes on the clock. This is the second leg. Bari leads the tie 5-2 on aggregate. What do you call it? Offside there, and he loses another opportunity. Another opportunity just goes missing like that, and it's been the story of the game for him in this particular second leg.
Do you think we can actually get an equalizer from Zack at this point? 12 minutes left.
Nah, man. As in, sometimes you gotta be real with yourself, and when you're 4-0 down, at this particular time, it's just to manage the situation and
work on your defense and just try not get
come
a
out with
fifth
some bit
goal.
of pride and just focus on the next game, which is next week. That was a quick pass down the channels, and just lost the ball at the last minute.
Remember, we will have another chance to watch Zack play. We are running this tournament for the next 8 weeks.
Oh! So quick corner there, lost the possession again. It's been the story of the game.
I think at this point Zack is just playing to just finish the game.
Yeah. And I think basically his intent here is just to keep hold of the ball. He's lost it again. Might get a 5th goal in this particular tie, but Bari as well doesn't seem too keen on embarrassing his mate there. So we have Zack again in possession.
Ball back in the middle field. Bari takes possession of the ball. We are waiting for the 5th goal. I actually think Bari might actually be in a position to get the 5th goal in.
Again, missed passes in midfield, losing possession very easily, and you actually pay for these kind of mistakes. We've just seen there, he's through the channel. Let's see what he has for us. Oh my God! Oh, it's full time on the second leg. Bari Maina proves to be Bari Major. He wins it 5-2 on aggregate. Can you actually believe he came back?
10 man down actually, first leg, but you were able to bounce back with an aggregate of 5-2 in the second leg. How were you able to do that?
I know myself, and I believe I'm mentally strong enough to make a comeback. I played how I know how to play, and after that it was pretty easy.
So thanks a lot, Bari Maina. I have been your co-commentator Murage with my co-host Lisa. Remember, this is Africa's Esports Championship, the Kenyan Nationals. This is Africa's premier Esports League. See you next time.